Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us for day, what are we at, 45 of Talent Talk. We are so excited that you could join us. I am Ashley Diaz, and the other members of our the rest of our team that we have here at John L. Scott Talent, we have your boy Steve. We have Jurgen Robinson.
Good morning.
And we have Davina Clarity.
Woo, woo.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, so
what are y'all doing?
It's another beautiful day outside. It's not raining. The sun looks out. I'm looking out. The sun is out. It's going to be a great day. It is a great day. So,
is the sun out?
What's that?
I said, is the sun out?
It's out over here. It's funny.
Okay.
It changes per mile over here.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Ryan. Glad to have you with us. So, as always,
Jurgen. Oh, there you
go. Technical difficulties.
All right, we got that ironed out. So, hey, as always, we celebrate a national day to celebrate, and today is National Receptionist Day. So each year, National Receptionist Day is on the second Wednesday in May and gives recognition to the receptionists and the valuable contributions they make to the companies that they work for. So I just want to send a big shout out, bunch of love to our receptionists. They're not our receptionists, but they do sit in the receptionist position, to our Christy Salcedo and Amber Paque. So much love. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Virtual hug. Raise the roof.
Right.
Thank you guys for everything that you guys do. So,
but seriously,
and
though,
with that, we have a trivia question related to National Receptionist Day, and it is, what year was National Receptionist Day first recognized in the United States? So there's a multiple choice question. Was it 1951, 1971, 1991, or 2001? Click your answer in the comment section. Let us know, and we will announce the winner in a little while.
All right. Oh, hey. So, next in line there is on, let's see. Oh, you know what? Yesterday, when we started all the Talent Talk, one of the things we wanted to do is make sure we brought you the news of the day, and we've started getting into a much better format on how we're running through things. But yesterday, outside of the headlines itself, yesterday the governor got on TV and had a little conversation. He talked about a couple things to get the stay home, stay healthy lifted, or the steps and progressions that we would take into there. What did you guys think about what he said? First, what did he say?
He talked about the contact tracing, and it's like a mixed bag of emotions here, because they're with the privacy issues, and part of it is when we're gathering in large groups or larger groups, or like what I'm thinking about going out and eating in a restaurant and having to give your name and your phone number in order to get seated. I don't know how I feel about that yet.
Because that was kind of
way of doing stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say that again.
It's just a whole new way of becoming our new norm. So
yeah. Well, hopefully not a new norm. Hopefully it's just a transitioning norm, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
Steve, you follow that up with, if you ever need any real estate advice or need to buy or sell, they already have your name and number. No? Okay. Never mind.
I don't know that that's a big deal, giving the name and number. I mean, we'll call for takeout and we'll give them our name and number. We'll when we get to the restaurant and they are saying, okay, well, there's a seating You know, a lot of restaurants will give you the little disc that lights up, but a lot of times they'll give you, I've had them say, hey, what's your number? We'll send you a text when your seat's ready. I mean, I don't see that being a big.
The thing I think that's going to be, that is going to hit a few people wrong is not the fact that you're giving a name and number, but this is a log you're going to have to keep for 30 days and it's being required. You know, there's nothing to say that on names, even for a reservation or such, that you can't just say a last name or any old name. I mean, there's no verification of who you are, what you are, and a number is just a number. But in this being required, and this is talking specifically not about necessarily the contact tracing, but a piece of it for phase 2 for the restaurant's opening, just to sit down in a restaurant and have a meal, having to give your name, a phone number, or email address, and that is going to be logged for 30 days and time that you were there.
Right.
I think that's going to strike. There's a segment of people that's going to strike really poorly.
It is. And then there's a segment of people that it's going to strike up as, okay, this is good, because I know that the restaurant, if there was someone that was infected in the restaurant, then I know that I'm going to get a call. Then that might set well for some people.
Yeah. You know, this is actually a really good debate. It truly is, because another part of it is, shouldn't we be assuming that people really have COVID? Because even when we hear about that, the incubation period is how long?
2
like
weeks?
5 weeks.
14 days.
Yeah. So I know it's a step, but it's an interesting one. I think this could be debated very heatedly, and I think it will be debated really heatedly.
Yeah. You know, the other component, which I'm not sure how this works, is they're talking about the phone app and being able to, you know, trace you with your phone and GPS you. I mean, if you're within X amount of feet of people, you know, you'll get a notification on your phone. It's like, where does that information come from? And how do we get ourselves into that database? If we want it in, do we have to be in? Or how can we get ourselves out? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just questions. I just don't know.
It's a funny conversation because people are already very, I say people, but some people are already very wary of things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you thinking,
I don't know.
Ashley?
I don't.
Oh,
You know, I was thinking, like, if I go to a restaurant and I'm healthy, and then there's someone there who maybe did have COVID, and then I get a call that I have now I have to be home, right, for 2 weeks because I got that call that I was in the same room potentially with somebody who had COVID. So that
do you even want to know?
right. Well, I mean, you do, because we're meeting clients and we're doing these things, but it's like, now my business is on hold for 2 weeks, and
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you know,
it is what it is. But
if you go to a restaurant and all of a sudden you got this tracer, and let's say they had COVID, they are over COVID, you know, 2 weeks later, they're out and about, they're feeling better, and you get a text notification or something that you were exposed. So now all of a sudden you have to isolate everyone that maybe you came in contact. Maybe they would have to isolate. And if that continues to happen, I mean, it's like, it could be an ongoing process of isolation. I don't know. It's just,
I think that's the whole idea, though, is keep us away from other people if we've been in contact. And that's what everyone's having a problem with.
Well,
They don't want to stay home.
Here's the thing, too, and I don't think this is in the headlines about the casino, right? I don't think that's in the headlines today, right? So there's a casino in Washington, and I don't know how many casinos, but there's one in Washington that's opening today. So, like, what does that mean? They're opening today. People are going to be able to go in. Yeah. They just said that they're going to be at 50% capacity. So now we have all these people going into space. They're supposed to social distance, but they can go and they can play the games. I think that there's going to be a limited amount of games and gaming that's going to be available. But Now you have a lot of people. I mean, people have been waiting for some entertainment to open, and a lot of people use the casinos for their entertainment.
Yeah. Can you
So-
imagine having to register at the casino that you were there and
They're
have
gonna
that
be Now, they
I
said
swear I wasn't.
they're taking everyone's temperature as they come in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, I mean, no one can come in that's obviously actively ill, but, you know, people can be potential carriers and going in, you know, so that just is a whole, you know, because the tribal, there's different laws that they have to follow, and they don't have to follow they're under different governing laws. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah.
What happens, and you know, there also, if you look at it, there's other states that have completely gone back to business as normal, and everything's fine. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I was just thinking about this. Infidelity has got to go down, right? Because if you have to register when you were at a restaurant, who you're with, everything else, or everybody's going to be using assumed names.
yeah, well, okay.
They'll figure it out, I'm sure.
That changes the whole game up, right, Drew?
You know, it's so easy. There's a line in there of reality and then conspiracy theory. This feels like we're just starting to toe the line of conspiracy theory right now.
Yeah.
Of why things are happening, what's going to happen, etc. So
I don't see it going there.
all righty. So that was just kind of an update on what happened. Going back to what we had originally done, which is trying to keep you informed of the big news of the day, and that was a pretty big thing to at least, I don't know. How do you guys feel actually? Was that a positive thing to have said yesterday? How do you think it struck? Positively, maybe a little off, or no real impact?
I think it came across positively. They've got a plan to roll out and kind of start to really open things up or loosen the guidelines or restrictions. So I think they're doing what they can to protect everybody and keep everyone aware and informed, kind of keeping that spread down. So I took it that way positively.
Davina, Ashley?
Positive. I think positive for sure. I'm on the cautious side though. But I also have been able to work still, so I kind of have a different point of view from somebody who maybe hasn't been working for the last couple weeks. I mean, personally, I'm okay with everything not really opening back up right away. And I'm trusting that our government is making the right decisions for us, and that they're going to do what's right for us. And so, you know, just got to trust that that's what's happening. So,
Yeah.
Davina, you in agreement there?
Yeah, I mean, no, we don't know everything. The government doesn't know everything. The health department, the medical professionals, none of us know everything. Only God knows everything. And I'm just saying, hey, it's not in my hands. It's not in any of our hands. And, you know, we'll follow the rules, and we're on the right track back. And, you know, hey, keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
All right. I gotta say, it's definitely
about that.
It's definitely a lot of interesting conversation, and who knows? Just like you're saying, who knows what it is? We're all doing the best we can right now. So, with that in mind, Davina, we have a few updates.
Yeah, actually, we do have a few updates. Some real estate updates in regards to what's going on in our real estate world in regards to training. So we'll start off with what's going on in-house. We have this Friday coming up, Forms Friday, right here at John L. Scott, and it's a Zoom class. So we usually are doing that in-house, but we are opening that up to everyone this Friday. So if you're interested in joining, we're going to go over specific forms that we're using with our purchase and sell agreements. Steve is going to take us through go and dive into detail on those forms and some terminology that that we need to make sure that we're aware of to help us better serve our clients and be compliant. So that's really important as real estate professionals. 9 to 10 a.m. The link is to sign up and to access our calendar and to RSVP is on the chat. Also Friday, we have coming up, this is really cool. JLStraining.com has opened up the whole training, and this is our corporate office, and this is all of our offices, all franchise corporate-owned offices, and anyone who wants to tap into this training is more than welcome and encouraged to attend. Just go to JLStraining.com. You can see what's coming up, but really cool. This Friday, we are going to have the former CEO of Keller Williams, Chris Heller, is going to be on as a special guest on Facebook Friday. So this is going to be on the John L. Scott Facebook page. The link is there if you want to attend and watch and see what insight Chris has for our marketplace. It's going to be really insightful. And also, we are, one other thing. What am I missing? Elite Meet. All right. Thank you. So coming up, on Thursday, we do have a special guest that's going to be joining us. And Elite Meet is something that we do for our brokers here, John L. Scott Talent. Out of our 3 offices, we pick our top 3 quarterly producers, and they join us for a time of collaboration and think tanking and sharing some new ideas. We talk about problems solved, and it's just really good time for us to not only just connect, but to honor our agents, our top producers. So that'll be this Thursday, 3 to 5. Special guest.
Very nice. That brings us to headlines. There we go. Oh, hey, I am popped up now. All right. So headlines, these are the stories, the headlines that we go through. We find for you the best information, news of the day. So the very first one is Operation 100%. Washington ESD aims to resolve thousands of unemployment claims in adjudication. And since the beginning of COVID-19 crisis, Washington State Employment Security Department has paid out over $2 billion in benefits to over 500,000 Washingtonians. There's still about 57,000 waiting, and they're waiting through them. So the Operation 100% is to get through all of them. Next one is another $1,200 may be coming your way in a new stimulus bill. This new stimulus bill is another, potentially another $1,200 per person and dependents. So maximum of 3 up to $6,000 in a nearly $1 trillion bill. So that's interesting. This is also one. A new study warns why obese people should quarantine twice as long. And the new study is from Italy. They concluded that anyone with a BMI of over 30, which is classified as obese, should quarantine not for 14 days, but for 28 days. And I hate to say, I think my BMI is a little high right now, so I'll have to check that out for me. Headline number 4, 5 things I learned from being an HGTV designer, National Association of Realtors. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be on HGTV? Well, hear from someone right here. Number 5, why do I feel so bogged down? This is really, if you're feeling like you're slogging through things right now, here are a few suggestions to help lift your spirits or get re-engaged in what's going on. Headline number 6, sellers holding eager buyers back as states reopen. We know about this. We know the numbers and the feelings say that buyers, they're waiting. There's high demand, but we just need more sellers. So this just expounds on that a little bit more. California, goodness. California cancels fall university classes as Fauci warns of reopening too soon. So the largest state university system in the nation, which is California, canceled the fall semester for all their universities. And Los Angeles is considering extending the stay home for another 3 months. So consumer prices dropped sharply in April. You wouldn't know if you were buying food, though. It's just a quick little thing. In April, the consumer price, so goods that you would buy, actually dropped in price overall, but food prices rose, which you probably felt. Headline number 9, DFW extends special. So the Washington State Department of Wildlife. Hunters, this is an article for you. They are extending the special hunting application to May 21st. You still got time. Please read this article. This is fantastic. This is a mother and daughter team keeping the Sandstone Cafe afloat in Tenino. Cheryl is one of our brokers, but she's doing a phenomenal job with her cafe in Tenino. It's one of the bedrocks of that community. It gives her story, kind of how they even got into the business. I think you'll really, truly like this story. And then the last one here is, it's the spooky link of the day. The Real Life Conjuring House will be live streamed 24/7 through May 16th. So if you've ever wanted to virtually visit a haunted house, and the movie The Conjuring was put together around this house, they are live streaming. Now you have to pay to see it. You can watch it and see all the spooky events going on. And that is your headlines.
Nope.
You don't want to see the spooky open house, or
I don't think so. I couldn't sleep for like 3 nights after our conversation with Nikki.
I think I would tune in just to kind of see. Ooh, can I be the lucky one to see some sort of a ghost or something?
Yeah, it's actually being hosted by some ghost hunters, and they are at the home. They have cameras set up, and you can tune in and just watch the supernatural.
Where's Nikki? I need to know if she would be up for this.
I know. I wonder if she knows.
I sent it to her.
Did you? Okay. Donna said she sent it to her.
That is true.
Rickon is a TV star.
No.
Maybe for a talent talk, we'll stream that episode.
Yeah. What they're alluding to is I was on an episode of House Hunters, and it was a fun experience. But by the time they edited everything up, it was all focused on the buyers, not on me. I don't understand why that was.
Realtors get no love on that show.
Oh my goodness. All right. So from there, any of the headlines kind of jump out at you? Anything? I know we talked about the governor's exposition on what's going on as we move forward with the contact tracing, et cetera. But anything in there jump out to you? Like the California universities are already canceling the fall quarter.
Yeah, that's crazy. One of the things that I was looking at is the one about the health and quarantining with body mass. First of all, I have to say, whatever they have is weight and body mass. I don't know where they.
Oh yeah.
Like, who in the world? I mean, like, seriously, I've been obese since I was like 6. I mean, like, really. With the limits. But I looked at the ad and it said that the number one food to stay away from during coronavirus, guess what they said it is?
Meat.
Ice cream.
Ice cream?
Ice cream.
Wow.
Yeah, because it has dairy and sugar, and it can do something or weaken the immune system. Some people have intolerances, and which is true. But anyway, that was really.
Means I need to change my breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Ice cream, potatoes, ice cream. So I thought that was really interesting. We could have used that as a trivia question, huh?
Oh, that would be a good one. I'll tell you, when I first saw that article, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to be in quarantine to 2021."
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, "No, I really can't go to restaurants. I'll be stuck at home for over a month."
No, seriously, those things. I don't know who created them, but they're horrible. Those BMI indexes.
Stupid science.
No. That was kind of what struck me.
All right. So, Davina, at this point, you know what we're at now?
I was waiting for headlines. Oh, anyway. It is
No, that's only special for yesterday.
right. It is time for the tip of the day. And every day we share something that you can do to help move yourself forward and move your business forward, relationships forward. And one thing that we're looking at just for today specifically is, we know what type of market that we're in. And if you haven't discovered this, it is a seller's market right now. We're in super, super low inventory. There's not a lot of listings that are on the market. There are more buyers that are absorbing the listings that are coming on the market. So right now, due to those market conditions, it really is all about the listings. It's about getting listings. If you have a buyer right now, it can be really frustrating, multiple offers. But you know what? If you have a listing, it's going to be sold. You price it right, looks right, it's going to sell quickly. So here's what you need to do. Set a time to meet with your favorite title representative. And here is the reason why. There are a lot of non-occupied homes in an area or a farm. So if there's a specific area that you are wanting to get listings in and do more business in and own, then those are areas that you would connect with your title rep on. Have them pull up a list of any non-owner occupied, so any rental properties. So seller is living in it, not living in the property. The title company can give you a list of all of those properties that fit that bill. And then you can do this very thing. You can either send a letter, there's ways to get phone numbers, but you can send a letter. And this is a Tom Ferry script, but send a letter or make a phone call. And this is what you say. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I was looking at your property at 1234 Amazing Lane, and I'm curious, with everything happening in the world today, have you had any thoughts about cashing out on these prices? Very simple conversation, and they can say, yes, no. Well, why not? I don't know what my value is. It's not a good, is it really a good time? Well, here you go. This is an opportunity for you to educate some home owners in your area that you want to farm, get a new listing, help some more buyers that are looking for properties, and let's get it going. So call your title rep today. And if you don't know what to do, just do it. Just call your title up. Say, hey, I'm looking for some non-owner properties. I want to actually connect with some owners of some non-owner properties to see if they want to sell, because prices are still increasing, inventory is low, and they'll know exactly how to guide you.
Yes, that's awesome.
Tip of the day.
Great tip of the day.
Yeah,
Great
and really
advice.
relevant, because we know demand is there, inventory isn't.
Yeah. To all our real estate broker friends out there, especially people in our office, now listings are the name of the game right now, because we got the shortage. This is a time we need to be maybe stepping outside of our comfort zone, making those bold moves, and being able to go after and find and help those folks who are looking at selling their homes at this point. So make it happen. Hustle and grind time.
Yeah.
All right. And we got the trivia, right?
Yes, and just making sure that is it time to actually reveal the answer to our trivia question? What year was National Receptionist Day first recognized in the United States? Is it that time?
It's
I
that
think
time.
it is.
It is that time. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So before we get to the answer, I have a few shout outs. So hello, Donna, Bill, Jack. And then on the other side, we have.
On the other side.
Oh, yes. We're streaming across multiple platforms. So we have Vina, Steve, Valerie, Ashley, Pat, Jacob, Amanda, Ryan. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So the trivia question. What year was National Receptionist Day first recognized in the United States? Was it A, 1951, B, 1971, C, 1991, or D, 2001? And the answer is 1991. National Receptionist Day was first observed in 1991 exclusively in the United States.
Hence national.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
other countries don't have receptionists.
What's
Just
that?
kidding, you know. Just kidding. Just like they
All
don't have
right, yeah.
a 4th of July, a 4th of July. Other countries don't have a 4th of July.
Well, they do.
Oh, they all do.
Got it
They
again.
all do.
So, fun fact for National Receptionist Day, it actually started here in the US, but years after other countries starting adapting it. So, the UK, Australia, and other countries. So,
Nice.
Okay.
We're the leader. Awesome.
All
Yeah.
right, you guys. So, any last words before we wrap up here? Closing statements?
No. I think
All
we said a
right.
lot today.
We're good.
All right.
Happy Hump Day.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. As always, we will wrap this up with the Big Be Bold on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Be
Be bold.
bold.
Be bold.